Today, I'll talk about the time that a client almost went to jail because I shouted in court. This is quite a few years ago. This case came to me and my senior, and we went to submit our arguments in court. Anticipatory bail in a case of abetment or an attempt to abetment of suicide, because the alleged victim actually did not die, tried to commit suicide, and then pegged it on her husband. Said that he induced me, he forced me to take my own life, and therefore I tried to hang myself. Now, when we went to take anticipatory bail from the court, seemed like a very simply clear-cut matter because of the fact that we have so much of evidence in which the girl had an ulterior motive. She just wanted to kind of put up a facade, put up a nice show about how she's going to kill herself, and then put it up on her husband, get him arrested. We would have in all likelihood gotten anticipatory bail from the court, except for the fact that it was just one of those bad days where I was frustrated with the matter. I was frustrated with the lying woman. I was frustrated with maybe some other things in life as well. It's been a long time. I don't really remember much of it. What I do remember is that while addressing arguments, while my senior was also there in the court with me, I started for some reason shouting at the counsel for the victim, especially because the counsel made a very absurd factual statement, and it really got on my nerves, and I started shouting. And that was not really the first time I ever shouted in court. It was not also the last time that I ever shouted in court. But that day I really just lost complete control over everything. And I just started shouting like a maniac. And even I did not realize that I'm shouting so much, except when after the matter, people came up to me and told me, dude, you were a little too loud. And then I realized that yes, I had crossed the boundary, went a mile ahead the boundary as well. And of course, the judge, when I started shouting so much, the judge said, all right, orders reserved. And even in a case where there was so much of evidence about the wife lying about the whole thing, the judge dismissed the anticipatory bail application because, of course, he has complete discretion. A sessions judge has complete discretion when it comes to deciding whether he or she wants to grant anticipatory bail or not. And that was, the judge dismissed it. And it was one of the biggest disappointments that I had with myself, because I feel that there is no greater sin than for the lawyer to commit a mistake for which the client pays. And that made me really take stock of what kind of work I do, why I do it, for whose sake I do it. And that was a very valuable reminder for me. I do shout in court even now, but I have never lost my calm since that day, because I know that it is not just my mood or my temporary loss of judgment or my temporary loss of my calm that is going to affect just me or maybe cast a bad impression on the judge, but also the person who loses the most, the biggest loser in this entire deal when I lose my temper, is my client. Of course, we went to the High Court. There is a happy ending to the story. The client did get anticipatory bail in the end from the High Court. I still remember it was Justice Ashutosh Kumar of the High Court. Barely heard arguments for 2 minutes and decided to give us interim protection. But the trauma, the effect of having committed such a big blunder at the trial court level, at the sessions level, was so big that it stayed with me for a long time. It stays with me even now. And I see several other lawyers lose their temper, shout, or fumble around here and there. And I think to myself that we all need to remember, as lawyers, as litigation lawyers, that there is a lot of discretion in the hands of the judge. And that discretion will go in favor of the counsel who conducts himself properly.